Welcome back to Angel Dust Diaries. Everyone wants a glow-up, a visible one, something fast, aesthetic, and impressive enough to be noticed. But what most people don't realize is that the glow-ups that actually change your life, the ones that shift how people treat you, listen to you, and place you socially, are never loud. They are slow, structured, and deeply internal. This video is about how to glow up in 365 days in a way that doesn't just change how you look, but changes your position, socially, mentally, and energetically. Not by forcing dominance, but by becoming someone whose presence naturally carries weight. Part 1. Glow Up Structure. What you are really working on. If you don't have structure, your glow-up turns into random self-improvement phases that never last. Discipline without direction always collapses. A real glow-up is built on 4 areas, and every serious transformation fits inside them. The first is physical presence. This is not about perfection or beauty standards, it's about how grounded and intentional you appear. Your posture, your grooming, your sleep, the way your clothes fit, the way you walk into a room. People subconsciously read physical cues before they ever hear your ideas. A calm, well-kept presence signals self-respect, and self-respect is the base of social hierarchy. Another important part of physical presence is energy management. Someone who is constantly tired, scattered, or overstimulated subconsciously reads as lower status. Regulating your sleep, limiting dopamine-heavy habits, and protecting your focus will change how people experience you, even if they can't explain why. Instead of asking how to look better, the more useful question is, what version of myself do I want people to experience when I enter a room? Physical presence is about setting a baseline, not chasing an ideal. Your baseline might be clean, composed, minimal, athletic, soft, sharp. That's your choice. What matters is consistency. When structuring this area, think in terms of how you want to be perceived at your worst day, not your best. What signals stability and self-respect in your own environment? What feels aligned rather than performative? Once your baseline is defined, everything either supports it or distracts from it. The second area is mental discipline. This is where most glow-ups fail because it's invisible and uncomfortable. Mental discipline means learning to observe your emotions instead of being controlled by them. It means not reacting immediately, not spiraling, not needing to express every feeling. The higher you rise socially, the more emotional regulation is required. People trust and respect those who remain composed under pressure. Mental discipline also means curating your inputs, what you consume daily. Content, conversations, music, environments shapes your internal state. A person who glows up intentionally becomes selective about what enters their mind because clarity is a form of power. To structure this area, focus on your relationship with emotions, reactions, and internal narratives. Ask yourself where you tend to lose control, under stress, in conflict, when you feel ignored, when things don't go your way. Those moments show you exactly what needs refining. The third area is social behavior. How much access people have to you, how much you explain yourself, how often you seek validation without realizing it. Social hierarchy is shaped by boundaries. When you stop overgiving, oversharing, and over-justifying, people recalibrate how they treat you. This also includes how you respond to disrespect or discomfort. Not everything needs confrontation, but everything needs awareness. Sometimes the highest status move is simply withdrawing your energy and not returning to situations that diminish you. This area is not about changing who you are, but about structuring how much access people have to you, what you give energy to, what you quietly remove yourself from. Instead of asking how to be liked, ask how you want people to experience your presence: rare, grounding, warm, distant, selective, magnetic. And the fourth area is personal direction. You don't need to tell people your plans, but you do need to have them. Purpose gives you gravity. People sense when someone is building something internally, even if they don't know what it is. Direction doesn't mean having everything figured out. It means waking up with intention, knowing what you're prioritizing this season, and aligning your daily actions with the person you're becoming. This area is structured by answering one question: what am I building toward, even if no one knows yet? Direction doesn't require clarity about the future, it requires movement. When your actions align toward something, people sense momentum, and momentum changes how you're treated. Structure here comes from choosing focus over distraction, depth over speed, and commitment over excitement. These 4 areas are the structure. Every habit you build should serve one of them. If it doesn't, it's a distraction. Part 2. Documenting your progress, how you make it real. Most people try to glow up using memory alone. That's why they stay stuck. If you don't document your progress, you don't actually know who you're becoming. You need a private system to track your evolution, not for aesthetics, not for social media, but for awareness. This could be journaling, voice notes, weekly reflections, or monthly videos you never post. What matters is consistency. When you document your progress, patterns appear. You start noticing what drains you, what strengthens you, and what keeps repeating. You stop romanticizing effort and start measuring results. Another powerful benefit of documentation is self-correction. When something isn't working, a habit, a routine, a mindset, you can adjust instead of forcing it. Glow-ups aren't linear, and tracking allows flexibility without losing momentum. Documentation also builds accountability without pressure. You're not performing for anyone, you're witnessing yourself, and being witnessed, even privately, changes behavior. Over time, your records become proof that you didn't imagine the change, proof that you're capable of consistency, proof that growth is happening even when it feels slow. Progress that is written down becomes progress you respect, and progress you respect is progress you protect. Part 3. Focus on the journey, not the image. This is where ego ruins transformations. If your main focus is how others will perceive you, your glow-up will never feel enough. There will always be someone ahead of you, someone louder, someone more admired. The real glow-up happens when your attention moves inward, to daily improvement instead of external validation. Some days, nothing will feel different. You'll still look the same, feel the same, and wonder if it's working. That's not failure. That's the process. Social hierarchy doesn't shift gradually. It resists, then suddenly updates. Focusing on the journey also means learning to delay rewards, not posting everything, not announcing changes too early, letting progress mature before exposing it. People are more impacted by results than by promises. Another part of the journey is learning patience with yourself. Growth doesn't mean never failing, it means failing without quitting. Every setback becomes information instead of proof that you're incapable. Instead of asking whether people notice you, start asking whether you trust yourself more than before, whether your standards are higher, whether your reactions are calmer, whether you walk away faster from things that once drained you. Becoming better every day feels quiet, but quiet consistency is what separates real evolution from temporary reinvention. Part 4. Discipline and consistency, why most people never reach the top. Discipline is not motivation. Motivation is emotional. Discipline is neutral. Discipline is doing what you decided to do even when nothing feels rewarding yet. Consistency is repeating that decision long enough to change your identity. Most people break consistency because they expect constant excitement, but real discipline is built in boredom, in routine, in repetition that feels almost unremarkable. Another key part of discipline is environment design. You don't rely on willpower alone. You arrange your surroundings to support your standards. You reduce friction for good habits and increase friction for destructive ones. Consistency also means showing up imperfectly. Not every day will be productive, not every week will feel aligned, but continuing anyway builds self-trust, and self-trust is one of the strongest signals of inner authority. The people at the top of any hierarchy are not more gifted, they are simply less reactive. They don't negotiate with themselves every day, they show up, adjust, and continue. And after 365 days of this, controlled habits, emotional restraint, steady self-respect, something shifts, not dramatically, subtly. People respond differently, conversations change, opportunities appear without being chased. That's how you rise, quietly, intentionally, and permanently. This is Angel Dust Diaries. I'll see you in the next one.